Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I wanted to go ahead and just make a quick video to inspire you guys to make some insane poster art. And I think that you could do this with just one simple trick that you could use on Leonardo.AI here. It's a software that I've used over and over and over again to kind of show you guys or create some different art for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. There's only one change that you need to make sometimes to your prompts that can literally shift the difference between good art and phenomenal art. So for example, these are all good pieces of art. I mean, yeah, some of them could be a little weird. I mean, like the spiky teeth and stuff, but it's decent. There's nothing really wrong about it. In fact, I could picture every single one of these on a poster. I could picture every single one of these on a t-shirt. I mean, there's a little bit of off parts like right here and things like that, but I've shown how to edit certain stuff out. If you want to see that video on how I show how to edit the small imperfections, I'll leave a link in the description box down below for you guys to check out that video. But anyways, you look at these pieces of art and they're pretty good. And then one small change can turn these pieces of art into these pieces of art. And I want to actually show that, and it's something that you could play around with that could fix it. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the prompt here of a detailed illustration of a dead skull wearing trendy sunglasses, t-shirt design, flowers, splash, t-shirt design in the style of Studio Ghibli, pastel tetratic colors, 3D vector art, cute and quirky, fantasy art, watercolor effect, bokeh. I don't know how to pronounce that. Adobe Illustrator, hand-drawn, digital painting, low poly, soft lighting, bird's eye view, isometric style, retro aesthetic, focused on the character, 4K resolution, photorealistic rendering, and using Cinema 4D. And then we have here, of course, our negative prompt to remove certain things. Now, the only difference that I did from here to here to here was playing around with our two controls here of prompt magic and high contrast. All right, so I'm going to kind of show you the difference. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn prompt magic off, and just because if I turn prompt magic off, high contrast will be off as well. Okay, I'm leaving also public images off anyways, but let me go ahead and hit generate so I can show you guys the results. Now, mind you, this is with prompt magic off. Okay, so now let me go ahead and turn prompt magic on. So we're going to wait and see for the results. So this is prompt magic off. By no means are these bad art. It's cool art, I guess you could say, but it's not bad for sure. Okay, I can go ahead and turn prompt magic on now, and I'm going to leave high contrast on as well for this video, at least for right now. And then I'm going to hit generate. Okay. And the high contrast is going to be really powerful. It's going to create literally a high contrast image. It could look something like this. It could look something like this. Who knows? Let's see and find out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn high contrast off and then hit generate as well. So we have a few different images. So you could see here, we have the high contrast image on. We got this one. This is with high contrast on, okay? Then we have this, then we have this, then we have this. I'm going to sit here and say every single one of these can be used for a poster. Every single one of these, all right? And then here with high contrast off, we have these images. Really good as well. And some might argue that these are somewhat high contrast. Like this image seems kind of high contrast to me. This image is just cool all around. I mean, all these images are pretty cool, right? But playing around with high contrast and the prompt magic is a good thing to use for specific images. They're not always better for all certain circumstances. Like if you guys look at this image, this is prompt magic off, okay? This is prompt magic, this is prompt magic on, this is prompt magic off. In my opinion, I like the darker ones better than the lighter ones. That's just my opinion. Maybe you guys like the lighter ones better. Not sure. But I think that's important to the discrepancy between the two makes it different. And you can see here, it depends on the image, right? So in the style of the image and the composition, the nature of it, right? So let's try something else. So for example, here, I want you guys to also look at the magic strength. So the prompt magic strength is how strong the prompt magic is activated. Now, what prompt magic is how essentially I forget what the word is, but it's essentially how the weight, the scale of the weight, how, the prompt is weighted. Okay, if prompt magic is on and this is stronger, then the words are taken more literally. All right, so for example, let's go ahead and play around with the setting. So now that, let's just say we like high contrast. Let's just say we like this. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here and hit. Actually, we'll just leave it like this for now, because I want to have different variations. And I'm going to show you the difference between the prompt magic strengths. Okay, so this is, let's go ahead and run one with really high prompt magic strength. This is in the middle. So this is a 0.4 prompt magic strength. Okay, let's go ahead and move this to the right-hand side. And let's go ahead and hit generate. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move this to all the way to the left-hand side and also hit generate. So I'll go over here and hit generate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these designs, and I'm going to do a little tutorial in the future and upload it to Zazzle, Society 6, etc. Which, if you want to see those videos, go ahead and leave a comment in the link in the description. I don't mind doing one for Redbubble, Zazzle, Society 6, TeePublic, etc. I could do all those. But either way, I think I'm a big believer in turning your passive income and multiplying it. So if you're producing for one platform, produce for many. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. But regardless, take a look. So now we turned prompt magic all the way down and it looked like this, which actually looks more like the ones without prompt magic, right? We turned prompt magic all the way up and it looks like this, almost realistic in a way. And I bet you if I upscaled, I could go ahead and actually upscale some. They look a little more photorealistic, right? Like the flowers, the texture on the skull, it just looks a little more realistic to me. And this looks a little more artistic, so a little more like drawn, things like that. Same thing with this. This was the high contrast one, all right? So I think and you could see here, this is the original image. This is the upscaled. Does look more realistic, and it looks pretty cool, all right? But when I say realistic, like I said, it takes the prompt and it makes it more literal. Right, so if you're saying skull, it's going to draw like a more real version of a skull than like the faked draw looking ones. I mean, that's just my opinion. But I think overall it's very, very powerful. Let's go ahead and do a test real quick and just run like in the middle, so like 3/4 of the way there, and hit generate. And let's see what it comes up with. And it could, like I said, it will probably do a bridge between this one, which had it all the way up, and this one here. So probably more realistic than where was it here? Than this, or excuse me, I think than this style, and less realistic than this style. So let's see. And yeah, I was right. So that's all it comes down to. So you could see here, let's go ahead and upscale this for the video. Pretty powerful stuff. And by the way, anybody who's wondering, for all the members who joined Fantasy Labs, let me go ahead and whip out Fantasy Labs real quick. With Fantasy Labs, guys, we are going to create tons of content, art, images, logos, elements for design, fonts, patterns, you name it, we're adding it. So I need your guys' input. I've been emailing some customers here and there, and I've been trying to ask them, especially the ones who have got the monthly, the $8.99 monthly plan as opposed to the sample. But anybody who's joined, I'm trying to get your guys' information. Please let me know what you want in Fantasy Labs. Let me see here. I have to actually log in, but we have over 460 assets added for the first month. You can use them for print on demand. You could use them for commercial purposes. Pretty much you could do almost anything you want with them. So check them out. Check out Fantasy Labs, but tons of stuff right now. And I'm actually going to do a video really, really soon for every month showing what's inside Fantasy Labs. So we're going to be adding content all the time. We're going to be adding tons and tons of graphics. My goal is right now it's April, the end of April, 2023. Before the end of April 2024, so essentially a full year, I want to have easily over 20,000 images on there, 20,000 graphics, 20,000 units mixed with fonts and patterns and all kinds of stuff. Because it's not just images, it's elements too. It's all kinds of stuff. So I want it to be like the best hub for people who are in print on demand. But regardless, that's what we're going for, and at a really, really cheap price. So $8.99 per month which is pretty effective. And we're going to also include variations of samples. So if you're looking for, and I was talking to one of the customers earlier about this, I was asking her, like, what are you looking for within Fantasy Labs? She said, I want more colorful stuff, more lighthearted stuff, the unicorns, the cute stuff. And I said, okay, we're going to make sure it happens. And for the samples, right now there's only one sample pack of 99 designs. What we're going to do is we're going to create a variation of sample packs. So you get to select what kind of sample pack based on your preferences. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. But trust me, we're gonna make it all really good really soon. We're just adding as much as we possibly can, just like anything. It's the beginning, but regardless, let's go ahead and take a look. So this is a pretty cool image, the original image. Let's go ahead and take a look at the upscaled so we can see it in its full glory. And boom, there you go. So guys, for an image like this, you can see this within Fantasy Labs, and you could literally take the image the way it is. You don't have to edit it, and just slap it on your print-on-demand stuff and sell it and make money off of it. So that's the goal with Fantasy Labs. But regardless, so much cool stuff. And for a lot of people who are going to be asking the obvious question, why would I order Fantasy Labs over like doing the art myself? And you don't have to by any means. It's just a lot of fonts, a lot of graphics, a lot of things are in there. But it just saves people time. That's all it is. It saves people time. You get access to my creative work behind the scenes. You get access to my art, and you get to access to use it, at no worry, no cost extra or anything like that. And I think it's overall pretty cool. But regardless, like I said, we got all kinds of stuff. So this is a quick tip to boost up your designs with Leonardo.Ai, supercharge them, and once again, play around with prompt magic, around with high contrast, play around with prompt magic strength. I want to show you guys a design that I had created that really opened my eyes to how effective it was, and I'm going to show you guys here. So if I go here to my personal feed, and I go here to my upscale, I'll kind of show you what I mean by this. Let's go ahead and see here. So this is, like I said, the account that I use for YouTube publicly here. This was, I want you guys to pay attention to these images real quick. I'm actually going to download them to show you the difference. So let me go ahead and hit save image here. And I'll save my other image right here, okay? With prompt magic, this is the difference between the two. So like here, let me save this. The prompts are exactly the same. There was no difference between the two. But one flip of a switch shifted the identity of the image completely. So you went from this image to this image. Now, I know not everybody's religious is a picture of, well, it's supposed to be Jesus Christ. But here you have almost like a drawn style photo. And then here you have a more realistic one, okay? Not all the elements are perfect, but still, it gives a different vibe to the image, and it's a different vibe completely. Which one's better? I don't know. I think it just depends on the application of how you're going to use it or sell it or whatever, and that's just up to you to learn how to use. But the point here is that that's kind of the main difference that really opened up my eyes to how effective it was. And I created this image a while ago. So, yeah, and I also did it here, too. I did it here. So this was with prompt magic on for this image, and then we have the same style right here with prompt magic off, okay? So once again, different images, different styles, it creates different things. Not all images are going to be the same, and they're not going to produce the same results, but they will definitely be effective in certain areas. So it's just important to see, what kind of style you like more, and test different things. Don't be afraid to test different things. All right, guys? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye. I hope this video really, really helped you guys out when it comes down to doing your business with Leonardo.Ai. All right? See you soon. Peace out. Bye.